Welcome, travelling friends of Australia. We are Willem and Anneke, and we hope you enjoy this episode of our podcast,
where we have a chat to other travellers and give them the opportunity to tell their stories and share the tips that they've learned along the way. Welcome, viewers. We've got Marc and Maya on tonight. We're really excited to just hear from them, and they're going to start their travels really soon. So they're a couple that hasn't actually started their travels, but we're excited to hear from them, what they've got planned and their setup and everything. And maybe we'll have an interview with them again later. So let's hear from Marc and Maya. Hey guys, how are you?
Hey. It's good. How are you guys?
Really
good. Yeah.
Really good.
So tell us a bit about who's Marc and Maya.
You go first.
I am Swedish, living in Australia. I met Marc backpacking 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
We're living in a small town in Queensland. We're fun.
I'm fun.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Adventurous. Yeah.
I'm Marc I've been originally from South Africa. We've been here. I've been here for 10 years now. 25 years old. Diesel mechanic by trade, and just getting to go and do some exploring, I guess.
Is it just the two of you?
Oh, and our young son Harry, who's 1.5, and our Husky, who's laying comfortably behind us here.
Nice.
Yeah. That's awesome. So tell us, you guys are how many days off going? Because you guys, usually we have people who are already traveling. You guys are just ready to go. Hey.
Yeah, we've got 5 days to go and it's hectic.
Yeah.
We, on Wednesday, the contract for our house finally came through, and so it's officially sold, and we decided to upgrade our car. So yesterday we went to the bigger town, which is Toowoomba, an hour away, and traded in my car and got a ute, which we probably should have done from the start, but we were a bit naive thinking that a small SUV would work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 5 days and it's chaotic.
Well, big ticks. Congratulations on selling the house and getting a new vehicle.
Thank you. Yeah. Very exciting.
Does that mean you can go on more adventurous kind of travels now?
Well, we just thought we really love being on the beach and camping on the beach and such, and having Maya's car wasn't four-wheel drive, so we're obviously going to struggle getting to the slightly more remote places or the campsites that require four-wheel drive to get to. So just being able to upgrade to a stock four-wheel drive, but still be able to get to those places is pretty cool, especially doing this, doing a longer sort of travel. We want to be able to get to the slightly a little bit more remote places, I guess.
We don't want anything holding us back, I guess. Yeah.
So you're taking on
it's very hard.
Sorry.
It's very hard, because we're selling the house and we're eventually moving over to Sweden. So getting rid of everything you own and then packing it into a small car is difficult. So this way we have more room for everything.
Yeah, so you're packing on something big. So what made you decide to do that? Have you always been traveling or sort of adventurous people that want to do that?
Well, I came over to Australia as a backpacker 2014. So, and we traveled a lot as kids. I was very lucky growing up in a family who always liked traveling. And I think when we started dating, Marc hadn't done anything but going from South Africa to Australia. Dalby was the biggest town he's ever lived in, and I think I kind of gave him the travel bug, and yeah.
But even prior to, or when mine and I first got together, I had the four-wheel drive, and we did a couple of trips, a trip up to the Cape and central Queensland and stuff. So I've done a fair bit of camping as such, but not with my wife and a kid, so that's going to be a bit of an eye-opener, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
A lot more stuff that needs to go with.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
why now? Why the big shift? Just selling the house and going?
So we've been trying to get to Sweden for the last almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
But look, I've applied for my visa to go and live and work there, and as soon as COVID hit, it just slowed everything down.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh well, we're umming and ahhing about getting out of Dalby and going and living somewhere else for 6 months and wait and see what happens with the visa. But we haven't. It's still like not much has happened. So we're like, all right, well, I said to Maya jokingly one night, I said, let's sell everything and go hit the road and see where it takes us. And here we are 5 days out.
He took you seriously.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, and I wasn't quite expecting that answer, so I was a bit shell shocked, but yeah.
So
there's nothing really stopping you doing it. Sorry.
Yeah. So tell us the process on now you've decided you're going to sell everything and go. What was the next steps? How did everything come to where you are now?
So
the tent.
Well, first I'll give you a quick we bought an oztent, an RV4, prior to making plans to hit the road and just go travelling, and that was our reason to get out and go and do more stuff in the outdoors, I guess, especially with Harry. And we didn't having spent that money on a new tent and a good quality tent. We didn't really want to not use it, so that was our reason for that. And then we've had 3 garage sales. Very grateful for the second-hand market in Australia, which is great. A lot of people buy good quality stuff, but used stuff.
We got the trailer.
Yeah, we bought a second-hand box trailer. Like everything we've got, we're doing it on a budget, but comfortably. So instead of going on a caravan, we're going to use our tent, and we've bought a 7x5 box trailer with a canvas canopy on it. That's all closed up and dry and everything. And we've sort of decked it out to make it easily accessible to live out of, I guess.
Yeah, made shelves and where the tent has its own space and everything is all organized. So it's like a camping trailer, a proper camping trailer, but it's not.
So the tent isn't on top of the trailer. That's all that's really different. No. The tent's just next to it. I like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like South Africans. South Africans have a Fenta. I don't know if you knew the Fenta trailer.
Yeah.
We have those trailers, and they close
just
up.
Just a trailer, yeah.
They close up with a lid. That's just your trailer, and then you have your tent in there and all your camping gear, and that's how you go camping.
Yeah. And they're all white.
Awesome.
They're all white.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all look the same. Nothing special on them.
No.
Talking about special, what do you have special that you taking along, or that you reckon that you need to have?
Well, they have everything with them.
We did spend. So we decided that because we're going to live in each other's pockets, we each needed to get a hobby that we could do by ourselves. So Mark got a guitar, and he's going to learn how to play guitar.
Attempt to learn.
Yes.
Very good.
I was like, oh, are you a musician, but you're going to learn?
No, I'm going to learn.
That's a good challenge. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And I got a longboard because I've always wanted to learn how to longboard. So, I thought along the coast you've got nice walkways. So I figured, give that a go. Yeah.
And you could probably both try and do both things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You'll teach me how to play guitar. Yeah.
And what did Harry pick? Does he have a hobby? Does he want to?
No, I feel bad.
He's got a little baby fishing rod that he drags around with him everywhere. So I'm sure that he'll be spending a fair bit of time with that in his hands.
Yeah.
So
and we'll probably, when he's a bit older, we'll get him one of those balance bikes because he loves his little plastic trike. But
our kids are always on their balance bikes. So we've got a 2 and 3 year old, and their balance bikes goes with us when we're camping, and they're just on that everywhere in the gravel, everything. They just go. That's very good. So you don't have like a time frame, obviously, because are you just going to keep going until the visa comes through, or?
Pretty much. Like, if we've said to ourselves, because I think once the visa gets granted, we've got 4 months
to
fly over. So we're going to obviously travel for as long as we can. But if it takes 12 months, we're going to find somewhere where we like and probably just find like a cheaper sort of campsite, and one of us will go and find a bit of work just to keep the funds rolling in, obviously. So yeah, at the moment we don't have a time frame, so we're pretty much hitting the road with not knowing when we're coming back, or if we're coming back.
Yes, well, that's scary, but it's
like,
exciting.
It's exciting, like, because you're in Australia, like there's so many opportunities. It's so safe. That's and right.
Like,
why not? Like, why do you have to have, everything sorted?
So much security.
You don't have to live like that.
Yeah. No, it is terrifying. But I think also, like, having done it as a backpacker, it's different because I did it by myself and I was staying in hostels and everything. But I think that also opened up my eyes to, I wasn't planning on moving to Australia at all. And like, it's just, okay, well, whatever happens. It worked out for me. I'm living here now. I've lived here for the last 6 years and we're doing this. And like, I think, and you moving over with your family from South Africa as well, like, we both know that you don't have to be stuck in one place forever.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that. So have you got any bucket list destinations that you want to go see?
I don't really have one as such, but Maya's got a few.
Well, I turned 30 in April, and my dream since I was a kid has been to go shark cage diving. So Port Lincoln we're hoping to be in Port Lincoln around my birthday, so I can go and do that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Are you doing it, Mark?
No. I've heard and seen some pretty horrific stories, so I'll stay on land. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's not really an extreme animals that you can go and see on the land, except for like spiders or snakes. But yeah. So do you have like a way that you're moving around Australia, or are you just heading for the first destination and then see where you go?
You go.
We've basically planned. We've sat down with a big map and we've put down destinations. So we're starting in Byron Bay because it's like basically our favorite place, and then Yamba, which is another place that we just love. But then we have ideas of where we want to go.
Okay.
But if things change or we meet people in campgrounds that are telling us like, oh, you need to go to this amazing place and it's the next town over or whatever, we'll do that. But we're gonna go the coastal way, basically the whole way, apart from we're crossing over Victoria instead of going into Victoria. It just like it's I mean, it goes up and down there, but we don't feel like we need to go in there.
It'll be there when we come back.
Yeah. And then I think we are hoping to get as far as Broome. And
with weather pending, obviously, because we're obviously going into winter. It's a bit of a riskier move, but
because we're going south instead of north.
Like, which is good because not having a time frame, like we don't have to be back home by August or so. We can just go with the weather, follow the weather, really. Hey?
Yeah.
Do you have you ever heard of a diesel heater?
Yes.
I would highly recommend one because they are nominally really good.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, that's good.
And they're only packed down.
They're not very expensive, and they're super quiet, and not like it comes with a 10-liter tank, and they can last you about a week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're really good.
Yeah, we'll probably have to get one.
What sort? Do you have any power setups?
So we're trying to do it all on solar.
Yep.
So, well, another reason is to like if you go into a campsite, a lot of campsites will say, well, it's $32 for the campsite for 2 people that's powered. Whereas you go unpowered and it's $20. So we're saving a little bit of money in the long run doing that. So we've got 260-watt solar panels going into 2 separate battery boxes, like with Anson plugs and USBs and fridge plugs and everything on them, with deep cycle batteries and both. So we're gonna try and do that. But obviously, if it's overcast for 2 weeks, we've got extension leads and stuff which we can hook up to power if need be.
Yeah.
But yeah, the aim is to do it purely on solar.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a great setup. Yeah. Any tips or tricks that you can share with anyone else that's attempting to do this?
I've probably got a few tips, like as such, like we're just jumping into the deep end and we're going for it. We haven't got the flashiest set up, and I don't think you need the flashiest set up to be able to travel. And if you're not scared to work, Australia is like the place to be, because you can, like, especially with COVID going on now, it's opened up more job opportunities for fruit picking.
100%.
And like, there's a big shortage of foreigners here traveling. So I think now's a good time for us to go and do it. So if we run out of money, we can
get the backpacking
jobs and stay there for 3 or 4 weeks and get some cash and keep moving, you know.
And that in itself is an experience, I reckon. Like doing
that's
those
right.
jobs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whether you get your your RSA, no?
Yeah.
The responsible sale of alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, and go and work in a pub or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say just do it, and it's pretty hard, but like us now doing it, we've spoken to a couple of friends and like, oh, we wish we could do it, and like, why not just do it?
We have actually, when I told my friends, two of my best girlfriends, I told them what we were doing, and I think it took 2 days, and one of the girlfriends said, well, we're doing it too. I told my husband, and we're actually doing it. So I think you can inspire people to do it. Like, it's like you say, we don't have to have the flashiest things. No. Like, sure, it would make it easier if you do have all the nice things, but you don't need it. It's like, don't be scared of doing it. It's the hard work is beforehand, but then once you're out,
Pretty good, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, that's why we share this podcast, because we hear the same thing, and it's so encouraging. We want to encourage other people to do this, you know. So
yeah,
definitely.
And we've both started up an Instagram page each to sort of for people to follow our journey as such. Like,
and you're gonna share like the gear,
like the tent setup, and like oztent is a pretty known brand, and a lot of people have the tents. And I posted up a thing on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and I had a lot of input from a lot of people asking about, what does this do and what's that like? And so I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'll just try it. Like, I'm not really good with like social media, I guess, but I'm gonna have a crack.
Post all the technical stuff.
You're gonna have all the time to do it. I don't know where you're going to find time to do your guitar lessons, but
post about that too.
Yeah, we'd love to follow it and see your journey of becoming this guitarist on the road.
What's yours going to be about, Maya?
I think it's going to be more about like what we do and like what Harry's doing and everything, because I think a lot of people are scared to travel with kids. But yeah, like Harry just loves being outside. I think he's going to be the happiest kid. We've had some not negative comments, but just like, okay, you're doing this with your child. Do you think that's a good thing? You know? And I know everyone's different. It's not for everyone, but I just think, God, like let your child be out and free and
happy.
Put their feet in the sand and
yes.
Yeah. So that's I want to share that side of everything of how easy it can be. I'm like, we're gonna fight and it's gonna be hard. I'm not naive in that way, thinking that we're gonna love every moment of it, but it's definitely something we want to do.
But then you also put up on like a couple of the posts that you've already done, like go to the showers first and see what's there, because we went to Warwick, Leslie Dam, and like just as an example, there's only one towel hook instead of like a little
bench,
platform where you can put your bag on and all the towels.
I forgot to put my thongs on, so I was showering in Birkenstocks.
Uh-huh.
It was just so like putting up like little tips and tricks of go and check the amenities before you go there, especially when you have your child with you, like what is there and
how to pack it, how to bring
and like and like we went to like we had everything set up, we were all excited and everything because it was the first trial run, and we went into Warwick because they had the Australian Bites Festival on that night or that weekend, and I didn't set up any lights. So of course you get home with the tired, cranky kid, and I don't have any lights set up, and he needs a bottle, and so you live and you learn, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the best kind of content though, because it's so real and it's what people actually experience. Right. It's not just the the Instagram worthy photos.
That's exactly right.
Oh, 5 days left. Exciting.
What's the next 5 days looking like for you guys?
So tomorrow we've got I've got a little bit of stuff left in the shed, a bit of tools and a bit of rubbish stuff needs to go to the dump. So we'll do that. We've got
dinner with friends.
Yeah, we're trying to get as much time in with family, like we're having a roast with my parents and brother and sister on Sunday before we leave.
It's hard to pack when you're still living in the house. I think it's going to be different when we're on the road, because then everything will have its place in the car or in the trailer. Right now, like I don't even want to show what the house looks like right now, because it's just so
everything's packing.
It doesn't look bad at all. That's just
the kitchen bench.
Yeah, but it's all going in the trailer. So.
Yeah, I know. It's So
the first couple of weeks will be the test. You'll find out what you really need and what you use the most and what you packed and didn't really need, and so you'll sort it out the first couple of weeks, and then you'll be fine from there.
Yeah, like I've heard like on some podcasts as well, that if you haven't used this item in the last month, get rid of it. You don't need it. You're not going to use it. So
that was the one that I posted yesterday, our podcast. He said the same thing. He's like, the things that you think you're going to use or you wonder if you're going to use it, just don't pack it.
You're
the
probably
things
not going
to use it. Pack that. The things you know you're going to use, pack that. But the things you're like, oh, am I going to use it? Just don't pack it.
No, don't
just don't pack it.
No. And we've I've used to have the big Weber, like Weber Q, or the big Weber.
The big Weber,
And I said to Marcia, we have to take this because it was a birthday present, and just for pizzas and lasagna, like as an oven, so we can cook a bit, like do whatever with it. But we've downsized that, so I've got my mate in town here that's got one of the baby Webers, and I've done a deal with them. We've swapped, so like just to get a little bit smaller because we don't need such a big barbecue, I guess, as well.
It's only the three of you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, downsize the Weber, upsize the fridge.
Yeah.
That's it. That's great.
Yeah.
Great swap.
Yeah.
And then we had I've had this 40-litre Angle for ages, and it obviously didn't have a freezer compartment. And then we sat down one night and said, "Oh, look, what if we're going to need to freeze? Like, if it's really hot, we need a bit of ice, or like frozen veggies, or if something's on special at Coles or Woolies or the butcher or wherever, we can buy a bit extra and freeze it. Whereas having that other fridge, we couldn't do that." So.
And now that we've actually, because we got rid of the fridge 2 days ago, and have packed into we got a Dometic or whatever. We realised that we definitely needed a bigger fridge because it's packed.
Yeah.
Good.
That's awesome. Very exciting.
Yeah. So all our closets and everything's cleaned out. We're currently living out of our bags. Another good word of advice: if you're going traveling, start early. Start cleaning out your stuff early, because we've started probably
We started straight away.
Yeah, 2.5 months ago we started cleaning and
selling
stuff and donating stuff that we didn't need. And like we could probably have the camper trailer packed up and ready to go in probably 2.5 hours right now. And so
yeah, I can agree to that because
he's already started.
I'm a bit of a hoarder. Like if I see something and I'm like, well, I can still build something out of that, you know. Like my kids, I can still build something out of that. So my whole garage is full of stuff that I potentially can turn into other stuff. But I've now started to get rid of it and chucking it out and verging and.
There's still a lot.
Yeah, there's still a lot there. But I still need to build a caravan, so
you still need everything.
You still need everything.
I still need a bit of things.
Sure.
Yeah, once the caravan's done, no more excuse.
When you like since we're living in like not much, we've realised we don't need a hell of a lot to be comfortable living at home. So
I do miss my TV though.
Probably won't have a TV, will you? Because it's in a tent. Like
no.
Yeah.
We're taking an iPad for
No.
We're taking an iPad for Harry for when he's a bit cranky in the car because we obviously can't drive 6, 7, 8 hours a day. We're going to be able to do between like 3 and 3.5, 4 hours. So we have got a little bit of a few backup plans for him to keep him occupied for half an hour here.
Snack cup and iPad and
just keep the snacks going. That's my kids. Just keep feeding them.
100%.
Yeah.
No,
it's not that bad. You'll get used to no TV. We've been without a TV for 2 years. Sort of.
The kids
have a TV because it keeps them busy somehow. But we haven't watched our shows in 2 years and
just keep ourselves busy with other things.
Yeah,
you talk to each other more. I think like since we haven't had a TV, we sit down at the table and we actually talk a hell of a lot more. So I think not having that on the road and not
it's good. I'm just a huge TV buff. Like I love my shows. And, I'll miss it.
There's gonna be there is days that I just want to sit down as well. Like some nights I'll just be like, well, can we just watch a movie? Like so we just sit where the kids' TV is and we'll lay on like little couches because we don't have a couch there. We'll just watch a movie. But I think you're just gonna enjoy it so much that
you won't even realize.
You won't have time for one.
It's good.
Yes. Do we have any more questions?
No. I feel excited for you guys. We'll keep up. We'll definitely keep watching a journey. It's going to be great.
Keep it
absolutely. I said to Maya, we should probably, like, if you guys can do another chat in 4 months' time and see what we've done, what we've gotten rid of, what we've had to do, where we've been,
where we are.
Please,
we would love to catch
before
up.
you leave to Sweden.
Absolutely,
definitely. And we'll probably hear about some of like the experiences, like the shark dive and everything.
Hopefully.
Hopefully Mark will be playing us a good tune on his guitar.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to that, Mark.
Pressure's on.
Yeah, we've had a guest who played some guitar for us, a song that he wrote. Pressure's on.
That's all right.
Yeah, but we'll let you guys go. We know it's late. You probably have more packing to do and
a little bit of cleaning.
Maybe go to sleep instead just to have another day tomorrow. But it was awesome having you guys and we'll definitely catch up. I'm not sure if you're coming past Mandurah, like Perth way.
We've got family there.
So we've been in contact with him, so hopefully we will go and see them because I haven't seen them for a while. So
if you do come this way, please let us know.
We'll catch up for a coffee or
We'd
something.
love to catch up with everyone in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sure.
That'd be great.
Thank you so much, guys, for doing this with us.
Yeah. It's been great.
It was so fun.
Thanks for coming on.
Easy.